scarred for life after he received and sipped from a warm cup of urine that a Grubhub driver gave him by mistake in place of a Chick-fil-A milkshake.
I was whacked off my face, right? And she came in and told me that she was pregnant while I was whacked off my face. And bro,
as like a joke or in
no,
oh,
like
God.
a serious, like it was a scare. Like she legit thought she was pregnant.
Cowgirls fans really thought Dak was going to do it finally and pull out a big game. And no, what's he do? He plays fantastic for 90% of the game, and then always does the Dak,
dude,
and cannot pull anything out of his ever.
Dude, like the clip of him against, he goes up to Richard Sherman and he's like, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. And Richard Sherman's like, why don't you do it? And he's just like, whack! You nails him. I was like, damn, this guy ain't messing around. Love this dude.
He back like a Bucks rack, smoking on the Dak pack. Suck it, Cowboys. This is the Working Perspective podcast with 4th Street Productions, with my friend, the hairy Lance Armstrong, Matthew Lavelle, and of course, Scream Scrapper. Guys, I feel like I've been away forever. How you doing, Matthew?
Tell you, Steve, missed you last week. Glad to have you back. Glad to hear everything's going okay, and super excited you're here, man. Let's get this thing going.
Scrim Scrapper, how we doing? You miss me or what?
I did miss you, but I'm in a great mood for the same reason as you. 8-1 on a bye. Enjoy some football this weekend. Yeah. And we just beat the Cowboys.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective. Check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. Would you share it? Would you share it? Would you share it? Working perspectives.
All right. Hello and welcome to the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Steve Strong Stem Steve Cabot. He's Lashmize Liam Reese. On this show, we're going to be bringing you topics from around the globe. The topics are going to fall under 3 different categories. The categories are stupid is as stupid does, incredibly incredible, and sports and speds. Let's get right into it with the first topic. I'm going to you, Lashmish. What do you have for stupid is as stupid does?
A Sarasota Springs man from Utah had been left scarred for life after he received and sipped from a warm cup of urine that a Grubhub driver gave him by mistake in place of a Chick-fil-A milkshake. So Caleb Woods told his local news outlet that he ordered, he ordered Chick-fil-A, he got fries and a shake and everything. Grubhub came and dropped it off. He said, quote, when I started eating my meal upon delivery, I put my straw in the cup and when it was delivered and I took a sip. I soon discovered that the cup delivered from the Grubhub driver was warm cup of urine. So the driver was still waiting outside. So he gets on the app and starts like texting this guy going like, dude, you didn't notice that you gave me like a cup of your tea? And the guy says, oh, I'm sorry. It was like a huge mistake. I work really long hours out here. And there's no bathroom in my car. So I use a cup, blah, blah, blah. Dude, here's the kicker. Grubhub did fire the dude, obviously. But guess what? Do you think that's deserving of a full refund? You think it's deserving of a full refund?
I mean, I would beat the shit out of that Grubhub driver or get my ass beat. Either way, we're fighting. I'm not sure. I can't be drinking your pee-pee. Sorry.
But Grubhub, but somebody's paying me back for that food, right?
100%.
Grubhub.
I'm taking the food.
Grubhub decided it was like a $25 order. Out of like $25, they only refunded him $18. So he's still for his cup of piss, dude.
Damn.
Dude, I can't imagine what's this gonna do to this guy long term as far as like will he ever be able to get a drink and not like open it up and look at it and like detective work on it ever again?
Dude, so I mean, I think if you get any DoorDash, somebody else handles your food, you better check that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
100% agree.
Because
Yeah.
you're getting it from a kitchen from somewhere, then some stranger. Like,
Yep.
you think they run background checks on these dudes and like,
Nope.
you know what I mean? There's no interview process. They sign up online and say, my name's Larry Henderson and I have a Dodge. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And then
yeah.
they're handling your whole family's food. Plus,
Yeah.
it's a complete ripoff. It's like double the price. I don't know. I'm too cheap
So expensive.
for that nonsense anyway. But this isn't even the first time something like that's happened. DoorDash was just got in a bunch of trouble because some driver spit in some 13-year-old boy's food after not receiving he didn't get a good tip. So the next time he brought the young boy some food, he spit it.
Damn,
Whoa.
that dude's an asshole. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and bet the first guy who drank the piss isn't a college graduate. He's not the smartest guy on earth. So I'm just going to chalk it up to that. Cause like you said, you got to check it. You can't just take a swig blindly and not when he takes the cap off, doesn't he smell?
Also,
piss?
wait,
Like,
if it's a milkshake and it's a warm cup, like, isn't that a
Come on.
giveaway? Like,
Come
come
on.
on.
I don't know about you guys, but I have like a process too. Like if I get like a milkshake, I kind of want to open it, like give it a
Yeah.
stir and everything.
Yeah.
see,
Damn
like, how
right.
thick
Oh
it is
yeah,
on
you
there.
gotta.
Like
It's
he
an
just went
inspection.
straight for it, you know?
Yeah. I wonder what
Damn.
flavor milkshake it was supposed to be.
It did not say, Matt. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's going
I
to be
know.
something lemonade at that point, right?
Yeah, how about
Yeah.
it? Well, I know the Shake Shack has they have a peanut butter milkshake that I've tried, and it was pretty goddamn good. I remember that. So either way, but Steve, you can't do dairy, right?
No, I can. I just pay for it. That shit kills me. But yeah, I do it. I be eating ice
You
cream
can't
and
take
shit,
the
pizza.
lactate pills?
I could, but what are we
Oh.
doing here? I'll just,
Yeah.
you know,
What are we
Yeah, I
even
guess you're
doing
right.
here?
I guess
I'll
who
just
cares?
take it.
the
I just got to make sure I'm not a complete asshole. Otherwise, yes, I would eat ice cream all day and cheese and everything. Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
He just has to compartmentalize, you know?
Right,
Yep.
right. Juice gotta be worth the squeeze. So all right.
You don't want the doo-doos.
No. Good stuff though, Liam. Really like it. Let's keep it moving. Steve, what do you got for Stupid Is as Stupid Does?
Two dickheads from New Jersey, 61-year-old
I guess we're cursing
John
nonstop
Jordan and 41-year-old Joseph Reed. These two assholes stole from the Pleasantville, New Jersey original bell of the firehouse that was built in 1903.
Ugh.
Being made of brass and weighing a couple 100 pounds, the authorities immediately, pretty sure a smoker took it. So they went right away. We were afraid he's going to scrap it. Well, of course, they get an anonymous tip. And what do? They go up to good old John Jordan's house and see it on the side of the house with a tarp put over it, right? Real smoker move. So they come out and it's made of brass, couple 100 pounds, and they take the tarp off and there's already a chunk missing. Now, it's also all dinged up. You could tell they were trying to like get off that greenish hue and make it a shiny brass again and get it in. So thank God some other smoker saw this on a news station and said, I'm not getting caught with this piece of chunk of bell he sold me of thick brass. So he ran back and delivered it anonymously at the step of the firehouse. They were able to recover it, put it back in, and now they're leaving it like, you know, the way it looks. It said it's part of its history. But the smoker grinder wheeled it all up. There's like random chunks and angles that he didn't finish, and you could tell he just didn't want to go anymore. And shout out the guy who sent back the piece anonymously. Good move, buddy. Good move.
Smart.
New Jersey's finest, fellas.
Dude, I mean, how about every time I see something like that, I always think of Bubbles from The Wire and like, the different gimmicks he had. But to be fair, I mean, you can't knock him for,
it was a front loader that lifted this thing off. So I don't know where the smoker got that, but it says that it's a couple 100 pounds. These two assholes couldn't pick it up and run it back to the truck.
Yeah.
They needed something to get it. And
how much? It was like 300 pounds?
Yeah. Yep. They said around like 280 something.
And it's awkward and made of brass. Like, hell no, they're not carrying that.
How much is
not
brass
far.
per pound, you know?
It's heavy, but like I think it's like $3. The bright brass was always like over $3, $4
a pound.
Yeah.
I remember when we used to get the strands of it. It was like pretty good.
Yeah, when you would strip it when you were doing electrical work, Liam.
Yeah. Yep. So brass scrap is like $2.2 a pound.
Yeah.
It's
copper's still better, but it's worth something, you know?
Yeah, hell
and when you're a smoker, you'll take it.
Idiot. Anything.
But
shout out to these guys and this complete stew-nod throwing a tarp over it in the side of his yard probably like a twin, and he's just like, nah, they ain't gonna notice. Yeah, no, someone's gonna notice you outside, because not like this asshole can move it around. He's probably got the grinder wheel out there in daylight, like trying to cut into it. And come on, man,
dude. And then
it
rains, and then the tarp is in like the shape of the bell.
Looks perfect. He's got bungee cords around it to hold the tarp on it so you can see what it is. Asshole.
Dude, brutal. But hey, that's New Jersey, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. Awesome. Let's keep it moving. Liam, I'm going back to you. What do you got for incredibly incredible?
So speaking of stealing precious metals, did you guys know that in Winston Churchill's birthplace in Britain, did you know there was a $9 million golden toilet stolen by like 7 dudes? $9 million golden toilet that it was in. It's in like Blenheim Palace in English, where it was the birthplace of Winston Churchill, and like one of his descendants like owns the place now and stuff, and an artist made this like golden toilet, and people would rent it for like 3 minutes at a time, and you go in there and just like, like pee or deuce in like this $9 million toilet. Well, it's been missing for years at this point. And I guess somebody got caught and then spilled the beans on these 4 guys. They're not saying their names, but it says 4 guys between the ages of 35 and 39 are being charged for the theft. Dude, it's valued at 4.8 million pounds, like in like England's money. And they got away with it. They have not recovered the toilet itself. They think by now it's been like melted down and everything. But the guy, like the descendant, is saying that like, oh, well, we weren't really guarding it because we didn't think it would be that hard to steal. Has anybody installed a toilet? It's like 2 bolts and like the water,
wax
you know
ring?
what I mean? The supply for it.
Yeah.
You could take, like you said, you could take a grinder, cut them bolts, and run away with it. But
I mean, or just bring a wrench, like it ain't really that hard. Man,
but how about it, guys?
Wild.
Deucing in a $9 million toilet.
I wonder that'd be great if they found that on the side of some guy's house too, with a tarp. You know what I mean?
I would absolutely piss on the seat on that thing just to be. I mean, if I'm rich enough to have a gold toilet, I'm pissing on the seat too. It's my toilet. I'm pissed all over it.
Was the toilet originally a gift for Churchill?
No. So like one of his descendants just had like this artist make it, because they have a bunch of other, like, it's kind of like a museum, like the place he was born. They kind of turned it into like a historical place and everything.
Like the Betsy Ross house and all that.
Yeah, but I guess one of the things they had in there was the gold toilet, and a bunch of guys stole it because it's worth $9 million, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if that's the most expensive shitter in the world. Do you think so?
Shit's gotten expensive.
It's got to be up there.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I can't think. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of a more expensive shitter that I know. Nah. You never know. There's expensive shitters all over the place. But hey, man, what are you gonna do? Shout out. Hey, also, good idea. I mean, another thing, like, you can't fault the ingenuity of like, hey guys, it's here for the taking. Literally when they melt it down, it's gone. Like pretty impossible to track. If they're able to melt it down, right, like be pretty impossible to track. So good for them. Hopefully it works out. You never know. Hey, be careful next time you buy a diamond ring for your wife. You know what I mean? Like,
someone
watch
may have
out.
shat on it before.
Yeah. Cash for gold. Watch out for that guy. But nice, good stuff. Let's keep it moving. Steve, what do you got for incredibly incredible?
In Burlington, Connecticut, some rat told on 21-year-old Weston Soul for selling shrooms. The cops then approached his house and saw a unique ventilation system that's usually indicating some type of farm system indoor, right? So, of course, they knock on the door. He shows up. He tries to pull the old okey doke and says, yeah, I grow shrooms. Come here, I'll come show you. Takes him to the little side structure he has, like a shed, grow room, and he has a whole setup growing actual mushrooms, like cordyceps, all the good stuff, whatever that shiitake or whatever what it is, all legal stuff. And they're like, yeah, okay, cool. We're not falling for it. You just got tackled. There's also weird vent stuff on your house. Let's go in there. So he has to bring him in there. And what did they find? $8.5 million worth of psilocybin, psychedelic, the good shrooms in his house. And of course, when they show the picture of like the haul they got, it's this dude's whole like 2-car driveway just full with buckets, big 5-gallon buckets, 30-gallon buckets full of psychedelic mushrooms. So
And
he's apparently in some trouble.
I saw it, dude. And there's just like bags and bags of like
Insane
the ones he
amount.
like harvested and stuff. I always read these stories and it starts out like, man, I'm like doing the wrong thing, blah, blah. But they all end the same way. Like they're all in
Right.
the news because these people are all getting busted. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe not worth it.
I did. You
Yeah.
gotta love him for the okey doke attempt, though. You said, "Yeah, of course I grow shrooms. I've been doing it forever. Come here, I'll come show you." And then the cops were like, "Yeah, that's cute. What's in there?"
Yeah. You're not a true criminal if you're not going to try to at least, you know,
What a-
what I mean, steer them in the wrong direction at first.
Dude, oh yeah, at least he had like an idea. Be like, no, when they come, I'll just tell them about the shiitakes and the buttons, but they won't even think about, you know, the Skull Blaster 25s. That's, dude. I mean, how does he? Wait, I don't get. Like,
8.5 million's worth, Matt.
But don't you
8.5
grow
million.
shrooms on like? Don't they grow
Fertilizer.
On,
You just need it. You
Yeah.
can grow it in a grow room, just like you make hydroponic weed, like the same
okay.
way.
So
He puts it in a little
if
farm
if you
fertilizer.
bought like cow fertilizer,
Yeah,
you'd be
fresh
able to-
shit.
Okay, I see. All
Uh-huh.
right. Damn, he must have like. I mean,
Kid had the setup in the crib. It was like every
Wow.
room was a lab with buckets of shrooms on it.
wow.
It was wild.
Damn.
But yeah, shout out Burlington, Connecticut on the map.
Wow. Burlington, Connecticut, and coat factory. More than great coats, guys.
Yeah.
I'll get my
Wow.
sweatpants at that joint.
Dude, damn, that's crazy. Dude, well, shrooms too, like think about it. That's I mean, what's the going rate
Stop
for
hating.
I mean, but I'm saying like
$30 for an eighth.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
It's less
40. It's not like expensive stuff.
Exactly. And he has $8.5 million.
Yeah, so
worth.
when you see
He had a
that's
lot,
what the
dude. He
picture
had a
was
lot.
insane.
That's so much.
The picture was insane. How
Yeah,
much was
dude,
in
it's
his
like
yard.
garbage bags, like rows of it, of like these
Wow.
see-through bags. Just like, yeah, it's
Like, does this
so
kid
much.
just keep growing it and not selling it? Because it's not like this was a factory either. He was in his goddamn house, for fuck's sake. It's like 1,000 square feet.
How did he
No, it's like doomsday preppers. He's
Yeah,
prepping for the
yeah.
end. He doesn't want to run out. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna have shrooms for the rest of my life, baby.
Oh, man.
Call me a boomer. What we doing here? Man, that's
Unbelievable.
wild. Damn, good for him. Well, you know, what are you gonna do? Shout out
And shout out his gardening skills, cuz to come through with that many. This man knows what he's
Yeah.
doing. He's a goddamn scientist.
Yeah. For real. He should get a job, you know, with big
He had every
Pharma or
mushroom in the
something.
goddamn whatever the fauna is of it, or whatever the name is. He's got 4 million fungi fucking growing in his house.
Yeah, big time. Nice. Man, good for him. Wow. I wonder what the smell is though. I mean, that's rough. If you're, you know, cultivating.
I'm not a shroom guy. I don't like the taste of them at all. I don't eat mushrooms on anything. I don't like them.
I did the last time I did boomers, bro. I don't do the tripping stuff well. I'm not good with
Yeah,
that. I've never had a good trip. Every time I've ever done anything that's
Yeah.
you know, it could be considered like shrooms, acid, brownies, whatever.
Yep.
Always
gel
a bad
tabs,
time.
papers.
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you the one time I ate like shrooms and a brownie and it was like, dude, like whacked. Right, like really
Yes.
really whack. And then the girl I was dating at the time, and Liam knows her, I was whacked off my face, right? And she came in and told me that she was pregnant while I was
Stop.
whacked off my face. And bro,
As like a
legit-
joke or in
no,
Oh,
like
God.
a serious, like it was a scare. Like she legit thought she was pregnant. She was. It turns
Why
out she
would you
wasn't.
tell me that now?
Dude,
Why would you
legit.
tell me that now?
Bro, legit. I was like, oh, dude, I had like a breakdown. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna tell my mom. Oh my God. Like she's like, like she just like, yeah, it was brutal. It was
Yes.
absolutely brutal. But
I've
yeah,
seen people melt down on them bad boys before. I've never personally melt down, but I've seen meltdowns happen right before my eyes many of times.
dude,
I've
I
seen
mean,
the mother of all meltdowns.
Yeah, you did.
I don't do well on those. No.
Yeah. Yep.
But all right, good stuff. Let's keep it moving then. Steve, I'm going to go back to you for sports and speds. What do you got for sports and speds?
Jerry Jones and all them dork Cowboys fans that come to my shop and talk all that hatred and nonsense. The one guy who's in the front, he's a leader of a big company. He's a big Cowboys fan. If you ever see this, I'm talking about you big queer. He's a huge Cowboys fan, always comes in before the games and in fun,
Right,
fashion.
sure.
Riggs, he's a big deal. He talks all this trash. All you Cowgirls fans really thought Dak was going to do it finally and pull out a big game.
Nope.
And no, what's he do? He plays fantastic for 90% of the game. and then always does the Dak
dude.
and cannot pull anything out of his ass ever. What a great game to watch.
Almost gave them the goddamn game.
I know.
You know, like we basically gave it to them, and they still said, "Nope, we're gonna shit on ourselves." You know, like, bro, when they had that delay of game call at the end, and like, I was like, these guys ain't doing it. They ain't doing it.
And him getting flipped on his head, I mean, that's a picture for ages. I've seen the tomb Undertaker holding him in a tombstone. I've seen Michael Jackson hold him off a balcony. They're fantastic.
Oh yeah, the Michael Jackson, that is
holding him over the railing.
The Michael Jackson one holding him over the rail is definitely
looking like Suge Knight with him or something.
Dude, that is so good. I loved it. Yeah, no. It was dude, honestly, it shouldn't have been that close. We should have been in victory formation had we not had that fumble. You know what I mean? Like, we should have been riding it out in victory formation, shoving it to him, gave it to him to steal, and we
couldn't pull it out.
We put him in position to steal the damn thing, and they couldn't damn do it. And I was so, like, it's, you know, honest, it's one of the, you know, it's, hey, I'll tell you, as far as rivalries go, right, it's just like there is some big games that have come from the Eagles Cowboys rivalry. Like,
it's always good when they're really good teams, fan or not, of either team. Watching that game Sunday was awesome. People who didn't like either team were like, that game was sick. It came down to the last play, which is always dope.
But dude, there's been times too where the Eagles are, you know, let's say like not the best, like they're good, and the Cowboys are, you know, this is back in the 90s when the Cowboys were winning Super Bowls, right? But the Eagles would still beat them once a year, and sometimes it's in Dallas too. Like they would always steal one because of like those in-division games you can never
Conference
bet
games
on.
are tough.
Yeah,
Dude,
Steve,
they're so tough.
You said that the other day, and I wasn't even thinking about that. Like, all division games are always crazy.
Always tight.
Like,
always
but
so
when
tight.
the Patriots were like so good, like the Dolphins would be like a 2-win team and
would
play
beat
them good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, same with the Jets when they were bad would like play the Patriots. You're right. Any division game is always like rough, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you, we talked about it last week too. We got a tough road to hoe after this bye. We have the Chiefs coming off the bye on Monday night, I believe, right?
It's either Sunday or Monday night. It's a primetime game. Yeah.
Prime time against the Chiefs, Super Bowl rematch, like big, huge game. Then after that, we got Buffalo. Then after that, I think we got Seattle. And then we have
Niners.
We have Niners. Oh, I forgot the Niners. And then we have Dallas again on Sunday night. So in Dallas. So we got, I mean, I'll tell you, this will be a true test of our mettle getting through this part of this season right here and how we come out on the end of it. And if we come out looking good, dude, I mean, watch the hell out. You know what I'm saying?
It's good. It's good to get a head start, 8-1. You know what I mean? Going into the hardest part. So
big game to win too. You went from being almost a half game down or a half game up in the division to now 2.5 games up. They could suck it, so they're in big trouble.
And I honestly, I don't think Buffalo's all that anymore. I think we can beat them. Niners are having problems because they lost what's his name, Trent Williams is like the heart soul of their line. They lost him. So I think I mean they're still good teams. But
have you watched any of whatchamacallit? Cam Newton does a show now, right? And he'll do like shorts and stuff. And he went over the story of when Trent Williams smacked Richard Sherman in the mouth. Bro. Yo, dude, like I've heard everybody, there's people that have said like Trent Williams is legit the best football player they've ever met, not just for his position, as a football player. He's just he's a freak athlete, right? And he's strong and he's mean, right? Like, dude, this
and
guy
enormous.
And dude, he can match up against Aaron Donald. Like,
he's enormous.
You know what I mean? Like, he goes up against Aaron Donald twice a year and does well. You know, like that's insanity.
He's one of those guys, you know what I mean?
And he's like, yo, but I love too, like the clip of him against he goes up to Richard Sherman and he's like, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. And Richard Sherman's like, why don't you do it? And he's just like, whack. He nails him. I was like, damn, this guy ain't messing around. Love this.
And he's
dude.
and he's an absolute giant. He's a giant amongst humans on the earth. He walks as a giant.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I would not.
Well, like 6'6", 350 pounds.
Yeah,
and runs a 4.7.
Yeah,
I dislike Cam Newton though. for not jumping on that fumble in the Super Bowl
like a sissy.
against
ruined his career.
Denver.
Yeah, no, I don't get me wrong. I'm not a Cam Newton fan, but he did I mean, it was entertaining the way he.
Well, not only did he not jump on the fumble, he kind of jumped away from it.
Yeah, he sure did.
He did the opposite of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
instead of banging into the guy, he just dove away and let the guy.
His
get right
whole
on it.
I guess his leadership was on the fence at that point, and then they just the whole team was like, this guy ain't a leader. He ain't willing to die.
Steve Smith losing his mind trying to fight people.
Bro, Steve Smith, that guy.
He was the man, yo.
He was a player for sure. Yeah.
Did he win one when he was with Baltimore? No, because he had left by 2012, right?
Yeah.
So he never won one. Yeah. He never won one.
It was on two teams that did. Or he went to.
Well, he went to one when they beat us. Yeah, and then they lost to the Patriots. That was a good Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
Foster had a big game. Deshaun Foster, I think his name.
I didn't watch it. I cried. No one cared.
Yeah, it was brutal. All right. Either way, let's keep it moving. Lashmoosh, what do you got for sports and speds?
Yeah. So NBA star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and his girlfriend bought an $8.4 million house in Ontario, on the lake. But the person who had the house before them was this self-proclaimed crypto king of Canada. And this guy took all this money from investors. He took $40 million from investors and invested 2% of it, went on private planes and everything. So anyway, this guy took a bunch of investors' money and
took off.
Bankrupted. Yeah, he crypto crashed and everything, and he did horrible. Well, this guy Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he plays for Oklahoma City Thunder. He's a good player too. He's a point guard.
He is. Yeah,
he's one of the best players in the league. So his girl, 2 days after they bought the house, people start showing up looking for this crypto dude, trying to get the money. So this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and his girl are saying, dude, you guys didn't even tell us who. So they're trying to get out of the contract, trying to get out of the sale of the house, because they're you guys didn't even disclose this to us, that this crypto guy lived here and owed all these people money. Dude, they said they were going to burn the house down. All these people show up to the house and threatening them and shit. And they show up. This guy's on the road playing for the Thunder, and they show up and threaten his girl and say, "Where is this crypto guy?" and stuff. So they bounce. So now that house is just sitting there, and he's trying to get out of the sale. It's crazy.
Wow.
And I looked this crypto guy up. His name's Aiden Platursky. Dude, he got kidnapped by a bunch of people who he took $765,000 from investors. He never returned it. Dude, they kidnapped him and beat the shit out of him. They all got charged. They all got charged for it. And he put out this video. Dude, he was all lumped up. They beat the crap out of him, dude.
Yo.
But the people who sold this guy the house, you know what I mean? Never told him and his girl that any of this happened. Just sold them. They're
he definitely knew too.
Yeah, of course they knew.
Definitely knew.
How did they get the house? You know what I mean?
Is this dude dead? The guy, the crypto guy?
No.
Or is he still alive?
No.
In jail?
Wow.
He's so the way everybody found out that he didn't spend the money the way he was supposed to, that he only invested a percentage of what got sent to him, is when he filed for bankruptcy. The court documents were unsealed so people could read it. So then all his investors found out oh, that's where our money went. So now they're all after him for the money. This guy skips town, they buy his house.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess the house was foreclosed on, so they probably bought it from the bank though, right?
No, someone else bought it. These guys, these other dudes bought it. Sandeep something. These other bulls bought it and then sold it to Gilgeous-Alexander and his girl. They're trying to get out of it. But they definitely knew about it. Didn't tell him, and now he's trying to back out.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too. That's nuts, dude. That's nuts. Hey, Canada, what are you gonna do?
Well, what do you guys think? You think you should do your research on the house that you're going to buy for $8.4 million?
Yeah,
you think they have to disclose that stuff? Yeah,
I mean, both. I think you should 100%. Do your research, and they should disclose it. I think both. But if they knew and didn't disclose it, so he should be able to get his money back then, because that's fraud. Because they should have disclosed that. Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah,
and you're an NBA player. You're so rich too. They're kind of throwing things in front of you. I'm just I don't got time for this shit. I'm in 9 different states. Sure.
You're right. And Shai Gilgeous, he's like, I never even heard of the guy. And I was like, neither have I till I read the article. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
I could see how he didn't know.
I'd be pissed, dude. But
Hell yeah.
dude, I'll tell you, I used to collect for a bookie, and there's the guy that I would collect from. He was this older Asian guy. His name was Vic, right? And he was a dishwasher at this bar I worked at. And dude, he would bet like he would get like a lineup of like NBA games and WNBA games, and he would just bet over on this game, under on this game, over on this game, under on this game, winner here. But like he would have, dude, he would put in like 30 bets at a time. Right. And have like, and then on the end of it, he would end up owing like, you know, like $2 or $3 grand. Right. And I remember one time he came, like he was short, and I was like, bro, like if you're like, you can't be short, you know? And he's like, what are you going to do? Kill me? Then kill me. I don't want to live. And I was like, dude, whoa. Right?
Yeah. I get
like,
$20 to do this. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, we need you to pay, not,
Yeah.
we need you to be alive so you can pay, but you have to pay.
That's the other thing. I was like, if this crypto guy, right? Like, well, you know, the Asian guy had like a family and a kid that both worked at the restaurant that I worked at. So it was like,
he's just weird. A fucking degenerate.
Like, this guy's owing money, and then like his daughter's car she doesn't have a car the next week at work. I'm like,
come on,
God, dude, this is fucking wild.
And then Matt watches the car leave on a tow truck, and then he goes, let me get 20 on the Raiders. And Matt's like, yeah, I got you, cuz.
Dude, I mean, literally, that's what it was. And he'd be like, he wasn't a lot short. It'd be like $10, but I'd be like, bro. But he would always make it up. Like he did. I will say that. Like he always would come clean the next time. But the one time I was like, dude, I was like, listen, we pay you on time. I was like, we pay you on time. You need to pay on time. He's like, what do you do if I don't pay? Just fucking kill me then. And I'm like, whoa, buddy, did you escape from Vietnam to come here to die because of a $10 bet? Like, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that was it. So that's that's how it goes. But I'm saying like this $3
grand on a dishwasher salary. Come on, bro.
Yeah. But like
a real degenerate. I respect it.
But the dude, the crypto dude, like that's like probably the only reason they haven't killed him yet, because they're like, all right, well maybe one day hopefully this guy will get us some goddamn money. But
it's crypto, it's gone. I'm killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead. I'm killing that bull.
Yeah.
No, the other boy I know has a job.
You didn't invest it. It's gone.
Well, like if they found him and they beat the shit out of him, like why not just kill him?
Yeah.
Like if the money's gone and you can't get it back, might as well just kill this bastard. That's what I'm saying. Like
most
I don't
of the
know
guys
why
who
they
were into crypto were pretty soft. Maybe it was like a nerd fucking convention that went in there, and these nerds couldn't kill him if they tried.
Dude, he bought all these McLarens and shit too, so he cashed them all in. So I don't know. Some people might have gotten paid back.
What a run! Would you take? Now, here's the real question, fellas. Would you take the jail time after 2 years of unlimited money, doing the most unlimited, unnecessary shit you can
go
do?
To jail?
I know this nerd probably didn't.
Like, no, he had to have gone to jail for. Well,
I mean,
the Siegfried Roybals running around, whatever that dude is.
If they don't know where he is, who the hell is to say what he's doing? You know. But either way, we're coming to the top of time. Steve, glad to have you back. Great show. What do you got before we get out of here?
Feel good. Birds won. Took a slide through at the Q Mart and got a couple sick hats. Got the tiger in the tall grass boy on right now. Right? Feeling on top of it. God bless America.
Yeah, amen. And that's the Q Mart for you, babe.
Let's go.
Yep, Lashmoosh, what do you got before we get out of here?
Guys, if you're scrubbing pots and telling somebody, just kill me, man, maybe cut back. You know what I mean? Maybe bet a quarter, $50, not $3 grand.
Yeah. When your daughter's car is getting repoed.
Dude. Yeah, and he's got kids. Oh my God.
It was like a 97 Nissan Sentra.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I don't know why anyone would want to take that car back, but
it sounds exactly like the Sopranos episode where he has to take the Meadows' friend's car and he gives it to her.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
But no, you're not wrong. But either way, speaking of repoing cars, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, coming today by Strong Stem Steve Cabot, Lashmize, Liam Reese. And in case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content and all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. Yeah, also on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can join us on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like, subscribe, so we keep bringing you the sweet, sweet content. Thanks for listening, and have a great weekend. Thanks. See ya.